Welcome back to Will Interviews. Today I'm here with,
Jose Matos.
also known as Bronxpain,
There you
for
go.
everybody in that one chat that he's always blowing up. But yeah, I just wanted to first ask you about your background, and I just saw recently, starting the new year, I didn't know this about you, but you have an amazing story that I think could show a lot to other people who want to do something that you do, or just show a lot to anybody who can just persevere and get somewhere that they want to.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I mean, what have you heard? Because I feel like there's a lot of ways to tell it, basically.
Yeah, I just saw that right now is a lot different than January 1st, 2023.
Oh, yeah.
And what took you there was a lot of hard work, and it's just like life has changed and seemingly become a lot better.
I mean, the biggest thing was I was afraid of my own success, and that was a big part of me being very consistent now, and that's where it came from.
Yeah.
Where I'm at right now, it all stemmed from that. It stemmed from being almost like asleep, being dormant for so long that when I actually have the opportunity I've had the opportunity since day one, right? But I was almost distracting myself from myself, the successful part that I could have been this whole time with a relationship, and that's not to blame the other person. It definitely was on me. I put them in that position of power. And I take full responsibility for that. And I was putting so much time and effort into that person and into that relationship that I thought could have worked out, that I ended up giving that to myself. And then you see in 6 months what happened in the span of 6. It literally just took me giving all that energy away and actually taking that back and giving it to myself.
Yeah, and like it seems to me like it was like disregarding this possible route that you could go, that you knew you could go, and you knew you had the talent for this other person or this relationship that you're putting all this time into. And then when that's gone and you've taken that energy the other way and you really go after it, I mean, you see what happened, and you're seeing what's happening now. I mean, I think as of now is probably the time where stuff is going the best in your career in terms of numbers, which doesn't really mean much, or it doesn't mean everything, but it's great to see sometimes. Like, it's fun to see it. Yeah.
Oh, no, for sure. I mean, it's I couldn't do it without a lot of people. I mean, even in the space we're in right now, I mean, there's things that I walked for Sunny Ivy. We're in the Sunny Ivy office right now, studio. I don't even want to call it a studio because it's really like a place. It's like
it's cool.
It's like a domain, you know. And
there's like 4 different sides of it. It's like
no,
this is like the fun room, and they do stuff over there.
And then Brendan's always here. He's always lurking in the back.
He's always doing something, watching a Jazz game.
But thanks to him, I mean, I got picked up and I started like going on the runway for him, and I walked for him, and I walked for Iggy as well, for Lamar Ferrer. And doing that, there's a photo where I'm holding what is it called? It's like where you like, Brandon, what is it called? What do you have on the wall? What are these called?
Screen printing thing.
A screen?
Screen.
A screen. So I was holding a screen.
Yeah.
And I'm half naked, and that was Brendan's idea. And it worked perfectly because I do take care of myself, and since what happened, I've been taking care of myself, but it kind of, after something like that, you break it off, and like you can either become very like dead. You could
complacent.
You just not even complacent. You just sink. Like you could either sink or you can rise up to the thing that you have to do, and that's what I did. And I got the battery in my back, and I started going crazier, and my body was perfectly for what he was, but he told me, hey, I want you to be shirtless. I was like, I love that. I want that idea. So then I have a couple photos that actually Chloe Akira, shout out to her, she took of me at the runway, and that photo did me a lot. That photo, without that one, I don't think a lot would have happened. So I got to give my kudos to Brendan and everybody at Sunny Ivy. And then on top of that, Elliot, I wouldn't even be a model without him, be honest with you.
Yeah.
I did model previous to him. That is true. But what he was doing was way different than everybody else. He had more drive than everybody else. He put on a lot of other people than anybody else.
He has, I've seen, yeah.
And the thing is, it's kind of crazy because people don't give him his flowers. And anytime I will give him his flowers. Because I don't even want to say names, but people know. They know. And without him, they wouldn't be where they're at right now.
Yeah,
and
he's been super impactful to, like, pretty much everybody I've interviewed.
I mean,
either very impactful or just they've told him something that has given him inspiration to inspire everybody else. So.
Oh, no, for sure. I mean, you can list a lot of people. And then just like off of association, he's influenced. And then off of, without even the association, he's influenced people.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, what he did recently with Yuri, and I mean, has his hand in a lot of things. I mean, I don't like to even compare him. I'm not even going to compare him, but he has, like, done a lot. And for me, he's done a lot because I remember, funny enough, I had a story where, like, first time meeting him, first time meeting Elvis, first time meeting, I think, Josh, Doe. There's a lot of people, right? And it was at the studio. It's like an infamous, I forget exactly where it's at, but it's here in downtown area, right?
Studio 11?
I think it's Studio 11. Yeah. I think so. And before I get there, I'm taking public transport. I'm trying to get to the spot, right? No idea where I'm going. Yeah. I'm trying to cross the street, and this white lady goes, blah, 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 N-word, hard R, and I'm like, whoa, really? What is going on? Like, so my whole world gets shaken up. I'm like, what did she just say? And I'm literally, this is the first time I've ever gotten this, because I'm like, bro, where I'm from, this don't happen like that.
Yeah.
If anything, you get smacked up for, like, talk, like, that's, I'm like literally I was looking around, I'm like, so she continued to say it, and I'm like, there's other people with me trying to cross the street as well, and I'm like, you guys are not, you gonna act like you not hear this? You don't hear this? Like, they literally had no headphones in, nothing, so they heard it, but they were acting like nothing happened, right? I'm like, okay, cool. And I start walking just to ignore him, like, okay, I need to go where I need to go to, right?
Yeah.
Still got something to go to. I'm going to Matos right now. What is happening? I cross the street. She's still following me, saying it.
Really? Like, just persistently?
Yeah, and then I go this way to go to the studio because you don't have to cross and you have to go this way. Mm-hmm. She's still following me. She's trying to throw rocks at me.
Damn.
And I have never met this lady in my life, right? Yeah. And then back and forth, then I started kind of getting, like, in her face and being like, what are you doing? Because I felt like,
you
I was getting harassed. I felt like I needed to do something.
Consistently attacked. It's horrible.
Yeah, and then so eventually I just say, like, whatever. And then she said something dumb. I go in, and then I found the spot, and then I go up, and then I tell them what happened. And they just laugh and, like, you know, they hug me. I mean, they dap me up, stuff like that. And
I mean, that's an interesting way to initially meet somebody and just have your first interaction after that interaction.
Yeah, no, that was.
I bet it broke the ice really easily. To be like, hey, I just got denounced.
You know, that's publicly. A good point. That's a really good point. I mean, I connected with Elvis a lot because of that. I forget exactly what he said, but I remember the feeling he gave me. You don't remember a lot of what people say to you. You remember the feeling they give you.
Yeah. And did he just give you a story that kind of related to what you were saying?
I don't even know what it was, but I'm telling you, the feeling was just like, it's just very, like, welcoming. Yeah. And that room, it felt very welcoming, and I'm like, okay, I feel like I found my people.
Yeah. It is that feeling once you meet those kind of people, because the first time I was ever in a room with Elvis, it was just like instant. It was just, I knew this guy. Even though he didn't know me at all, he had my back in some sense. Like, he'd be like, he would look out for me, and it's been that way ever since, and it hasn't changed. Yeah.
No, I get you.
I think we skipped over something just on just main for the audience. Like, you do modeling. That's your main thing.
Yeah.
You are a model.
I just went into it.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. So how did the start? Like, because you said it's in that 6-month period where you really kicked it in. How did the start of it, modeling, compare to what you say do now, or what you do, like, further along? Like, how was the beginning of it? So
the beginning was very much just working for friends, and that has its benefits as well, because you get to practice without too many risks, you know, and it definitely worked in my favor. Beyond grateful for people like No Fucks Mario, who else? Akuya, Johan, like, these underground people that, like, have done a lot. Like, you probably go downtown and you'll see their graffiti everywhere type shit, you know what I mean? And I feel like they need a lot more recognition because they've done a lot of shit. They screen print, they make paintings, they tattoo, they do a lot of shit. You probably have seen people with their tattoos, a lot, right? And knowing them, they've, like, put me on as well. Like all the people I've surrounded myself, they're still like, they still fuck with me, and I fuck with them heavy because of what they've done for me.
Yeah.
And at the beginning, that's how I was. It was very much friend oriented. I wasn't getting money, just doing it because I actually liked it. And then I wasn't consistent though. There was like a year I didn't do anything at all. I had my apartment, I had to pay that off, so I just focused in on that. And then in that 1 year, I did have a Bad Son shoot, which that one was really nice, but mind you, it wasn't consistent.
Yeah.
I wasn't getting anything consistent.
What collection was it? Do you remember? Or what were you wearing?
It was the one I did with Elvis and Jackson Hanks, and
oh, cool.
That one was a big one for me because Elvis Amin and Jackson Hanks, those two people.
Yeah, insane models. Yeah.
The thing is, bro, I felt beyond honored. I was like, the fact that I'm on this platform with these two dudes, and I looked up to them, and I still do, because what they've done for Utah when it comes to modeling or just shit in general, like, bro, like Jackson Hanks is, you know what I'm saying? Like,
he's killing.
Midnight Studios, you know what I'm saying? Like
Basket Case.
Yeah, that's everything. He's done a lot of shit. Like, he's international, signed. Like, Elvis just did some BMW shit. Like, like Solomon, like all types of shit.
Elvis has just done everything. It seems like, and it's all out of, when you talk to him, it's all out of him being friends with these people. It's all because he's such a nice person. But it's like, I get why you were saying that, because you were honored by it. You look up to these guys. Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, the fact that I felt like I shouldn't have been there, and that's why that's how you know, like, mentally I wasn't there to be like successful, because I didn't feel like I deserved to be in that spot with them. And I feel like you can almost, at least for me, I could almost read that on myself in the photos. And do
you think you didn't deserve to be there because you weren't being as consistent and you weren't as on it, or you just see them and you think their level of whatever they're doing is unattainable? Because I would honestly challenge that if it's not about your consistency, because I feel like everybody kind of is meant to be there and start.
I think it was both. I think I was also going through mental stuff. I was going through that kind of stuff for so long. It hasn't been until like this, 6 months ago, 7 months ago, that I've not even more like a year, right?
Yeah.
More a year being me, like being myself and feeling good. Those previous years I didn't feel good, and if you don't feel worthy, you're not gonna feel worthy to be, especially around people who are really successful. Yeah. And that was that, and then also I wasn't consistent. I took care of myself, but I felt like I didn't have the look. You know, I had locks at the time. They were blonde. Like, it just didn't work. And I was surprised that he even chose me. Shout out Huey. Like, I don't know what you saw, gang, but you saw something. And I appreciate him. And I definitely did. But even with, like, the Bad Son shoot, the first one I did, he took me, and I was like, why me, of all people? Yeah. Like, I felt like I looked, like a good guy, but, like, I ain't really... I didn't feel like I had it, you know what I mean?
You didn't think you had it going on?
No, definitely not. Yeah. Definitely not. He chose me, and really what made me feel more solidified through time was, like, the gigs that I would get. It had nothing to do with me. Zero to do with me. It was really the people I was around and getting those applauses and, like, flowers from other people. I didn't feel that I was a model until, like, last year.
Really? Yeah. What is one shoot that stands out to you that you've done recently that's that has really cemented it? You felt like a model, and it was like one that you're very confident in.
That's a good question.
I have my answer, but I can let you go.
Damn. Definitely Aaron. For Ask Archives, the one where I'm like in the mechanic shop, and like I got my braids in, and it's like the oversized shorts and the oversized like jacket, and that shit was fucking crazy. Like, really? Bro, yeah, hell yeah, that shit was crazy as hell.
And how did you land that one?
Honestly, I think I reached out to him. This is during the time where I was like, I'm still doing it. I reached out to OD brands. I was just on some nut shit.
Anybody and everybody.
Hell yeah, because I'm like, okay, my stepsister, she was actually the one who told me, hey yo, like, put the battery in your back and do what you got to do, because modeling has worked for you. Why are you doing these jobs like construction and all this other shit? You could do this. Yeah. You have a skill set that you need to use. And I said, fuck it. So I just went crazy, and I reached out to him. He reached back out. We did what we did.
Cool. Yeah. My answer was the cooperative one where you're wearing the Utah in the theater and you're on the stage and then you're in the crowd. That one was cool because it was like, because their stuff is very Utah based, so it was kind of just like, it feels like you're the face of something.
That's facts. That is facts. I mean, low key now I'm tweaking. No disrespect to Aaron at all, but like I'm not gonna lie, the hard jewelry shit. Really? Like the school bus, like me acting, that's when I knew I'm like, I don't even do this shit. Like I don't act.
In the commercial?
Yeah, and I was like, what the fuck? And then somebody sent me like I'm on YouTube ads. I'm like, I went from being a YouTuber, not really making shit. I had like 500 subs and shit. Not really doing it, right? And then from that to like, I'm not even really posting shit, but I'm still on YouTube somehow. Yeah. That's when I'm like, oh, and then I got on a website. I'm on Hard Jewelry website. I'm on like,
you come on before the videos come on.
Yeah, and I'm like, damn, hold on. Like, and I haven't seen it. Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Really?
Which is like low key kind of, it sucks, but like at the same time, when it happens, and I'll be super happy.
Yeah. Could you just talk about the whole day of the hard jewelry thing?
Bro, it was hot. Hot as fuck. I mean, for the people that was there, they know, like Afro, Jacobo, he knows. And shout out to him. Shout out to Jonathan, I Hate Dior. Shout out to No Fucks Mario. Like they the ones who got me that position. He saw me, and that's why I said like the shit I did with Brendan, like Sunny Ivy, that shit really got me up there because if it wasn't for that, they wouldn't seen me. Yeah. I wouldn't have gotten the hard jewelry shit if it wasn't for Brendan. So, like,
and the role you played in that show, it was just like, you kind of think there's a lot of other people wearing stuff, but it's like, who's the guy with the shirt off that has the logo on him? Yeah, and that's a cool thing because that really that gets planted in people's minds to be like, I want him to do my stuff.
Yeah, like the crazy part too is like people deadass thought I had that as like my tattoo, and I'm like, it would be a hard tattoo. I'm not getting tattoos, but that would be a hard ass tattoo.
Yeah, and it'd be cool. I mean, they placed it perfect too.
No, but his logo.
I think Brendan should get that.
Bro, his logo was hard as fuck.
It was.
And everybody knows it. Like, the fact that there's, like, it almost looks like bullet holes. You can interpret it how you can, but, like, bro, I just love the symmetry of it. Mm-hmm. Then it's not I don't know, bro. It's just perfect. Yeah. It's like asymmetry mixing with, like, it's just beautiful. I don't know what he did and how he freaked that shit, but everything he drops is insane. I could be here forever talking about other people.
If we keep talking, we might get this for free.
Hell yeah, nah, you imagine?
I'm joking.
Hey, I mean,
but yeah, the hard jewelry thing you were going on.
Yeah, so hot as fuck. There's like 20 extras, maybe 15, something like that, and like they had to stay in the bus. Mm-hmm. And they sweating their ass off. You know what I mean? Like,
it's not comfortable.
No, it's not. And like, telling you, bro, like it was bad because we'd have to like, so they had to swap this, I mean, I don't know how I forget, but they had to swap somebody, the bus driver, right? The bus driver had to, like, the actual bus driver had to be there and like drive it. Oh, type shit.
They had to have him like kind of off camera, just like a stunt man, pretty much.
And so it was a lot of swapping, switching, and shit like that. And then it took like almost 12 hours. Wow. And I think maybe even longer. But bro, I'm telling you, those dudes who recorded everything, I'm telling you, like, First Glance and his crew, bro, crazy work. Like, they were so smooth what they were doing. Like, they made me feel super like valuable because the way they were moving, I really feel like I'm on a set for real.
Yeah, it's professional.
Hell yeah. And like, bro, they was quick with it. Like, you see the BTS photos and shit, bro, they would do shit super easily. And I feel like anybody else would have tried that shit, they would have not done it that day. Promise you they wouldn't have done it. Would have got dark and they would have done it another day type shit.
But they got it all done in one day, so you didn't have to bullshit.
No, they were so good, bro. They were so good.
Yeah, that's great.
So,
I just also wanted to ask you, just now, as of now, what does the day-to-day look like for you in terms of the modeling stuff, and also, do you supplement it also with another job that you're doing?
Yeah. So, I day-to-day make content. Like, I don't care what it is, how I gotta do it. If I gotta do it before work or after. During work, I do it. And my work is I do sales. And I'm not ashamed of shit. Like, I work at T-Mobile, bro. Yeah. But that's the thing. There's people they work at T-Mobile, they don't give shit, though. Yeah. It's a matter of sales, you know what I'm saying? So sales is everything.
So it's commission-based?
So it's commission-based and it's hourly. So, like, while it's downtime, I'm editing. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm thinking of shit. Like, I'm not doing that the whole time, you know?
Yeah.
But I have time where I do. I throw some shit on there. I'm like, oh, I can't miss a day. I got to throw some up there.
Yeah.
And so I have that. And I like that a lot because sales is everything. Sales is almost like psychology. For Sunny Ivy, they have to sell. You know? For you have to sell yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
It sounds kind of crazy, but you know
but it's true. Yeah.
I have to sell myself as well. Sunny
I have
Ivy
to
has
sell myself to
studio,
people who are potential followers, I guess. Yeah.
No, exactly.
Like, why should you follow me?
Exactly, and then
because I get Bronxpain on an interview. That's why you should follow me.
Heard you. Not talking shit, bro. I mean, yo, and big thing. I actually want to ask you, what made you want to do this?
We were talking about it off camera a little bit, but I never really watched TV recreationally. I would always watch YouTube, whether it was like Minecraft when I was younger or anything. But recently it was just all interviews, and it was like I didn't have that much downtime. So whenever I did, I would always have some underground rapper that was ready to be interviewed. He got on one interview platform that I like, and I watched so many, and I've seen so many, whether it's like Nardwar or Our Generation, Kids Take Over, all my favorites. That I figured I was like, one, Utah doesn't have this. Nobody's out in Utah interviewing anybody.
No.
Besides a couple of people I could shout out, but two, I've seen so many that like if you see something a lot, you could probably do it, or you could probably try your hand at it. So I figured I could be good enough at doing it. And then also, not even just that people weren't getting interviewed in Utah, it was that people were doing such cool stuff that wasn't getting as much recognition as I feel like it should have. And also, if I could be some vehicle to get somebody recognition in Utah, I would love to, because if someone were to do that to me, if I was making something, I'd be very appreciative of that. Yeah. And just like, I don't know, if you're not tapped into the scene, like you can't really see it, but once you are, it's kind of like you're in it with everybody, and you're aware of everybody. Like you follow Elliot, you follow everybody else, and then it's kind of like a gateway, and then you're in some group chat with everybody, or you're collaborating with people, because it's all friendly and it's all connected. So, and that's been the coolest experience within it for me.
Okay, so basically Elliot's like the gateway drug.
I mean, Elliot's the most mentioned. I feel like I haven't missed one where I haven't talked about him, but
as it should.
I got in through Quincy. Quincy's also the gateway, because he just knows anybody and everybody.
Quincy for sure.
But yeah, I don't know. It's been fun, and I get to interview people I'm genuinely interested in. That's the main reason I do it. I won't take an interview if I'm not interested.
I mean, the thing you did with Dan, love that one. Dan, I love Dan.
He's cool.
And I've worked.
You should do a shoot with him.
No, I've done it.
Oh, you have?
I have.
Really?
I'm trying to free myself out of this. But now I've done one with Dan.
Really?
I've done two actually. I did one for a hoodie he dropped, and then I've done one with
with No Authority Figures. Yeah,
that shit. And then we had one out where he had a studio space, and he had like he freaked the shit, you know what I'm saying? Like he put the ambiance in that whole, like there's like it almost looked just like dead grass type shit. I have to show you, but his shit, like his vision is insane.
Yeah, he's crazy. He always works. That's
hell
all he does.
No, hell yeah. Bro's definitely he's definitely a visionary though. Like for a fact. Like he's one of those I could really say that though.
Yeah,
he's in his own world. You talk to that dude, he don't really even seem human half the time. And I love it. Like
he was talking on some different wavelength that it's like half of the time I'm like seeing it, half the time I'm like, it's not that I think he's not saying something right, it's that I might just not understand it right now. And
I love it too, because he says a lot of shit that I want to say. Yeah. And he'll just post it. And like being on his close friends, it even gets even worse, and I love it. Like,
yeah, true. He's great. Pivoting to something that you were talking about on like posting content every day, you are very consistent with it. But could you talk about like how posting on like Instagram Reels? I don't know if you post on TikTok. I'm not really on it, but posting on Instagram Reels, how has that helped your career, or just helped your visibility?
I mean, first off, thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, I can't do it without people like you. I'll just say that. I always gotta say that. And so I don't really. I post on TikTok, but not really doing too much. Could do that, but I don't know. Right now, Instagram Reels, definitely. I mean, it's definitely giving me something. Yeah. Right now, I have to make more of it. Like, it has to be something that I like. couple of videos that, you know, go a little viral, whatever, like, that's not really going to do much to me. If anything, I'm not even focused on that. I did that. Okay, cool. The biggest thing is to get to the different levels of that ladder. Like, I just found the ladder. This last year, I found the ladder.
Yeah.
Now I'm stepping on it. Right now, I have to keep climbing, and that's harder than to just find the ladder. That's cool. True. I found a ladder, whatever, cool. But especially when I get to the top, that's where it's really going to be hard, because the LeBrons of the world, like, they don't have anybody else that they're looking up to and be like, hey, that's my competition. Michael Jordan don't do that. He is by himself now. He's in competition with himself. Right now, I'm in competition with a lot of people. Yeah. And I love it. And that's what I'm being shown
easier,
now.
I'd say, yeah.
It is.
Being in competition with people in that whole scene is really is easier than being at the top, you said? Yeah,
by like being by yourself, being the Michael Jordans of the world, the Michael Phelps, like, you have no competition because you have so many accolades and so many things under your belt that it's like, who do I look to be like, hey, yo, like, you know what I mean? Who's my competition? You don't have one. That's where I'm trying to be at. That's when I know I'm successful. That's what I would merit as success. I don't care about, like, where I'm at right now. People talk about I'm successful. No, I'm not. Yeah. I'm doing things. That's cool. All right, cool. Like, am I making a living off this? No.
Yeah. So it's just you have places you want to take it, and you won't say be satisfied until you get there. No,
I won't be satisfied even until I'm that point, because at that point I'll find something else to not be satisfied with.
Yeah. One thing that I like about what you're doing is the output and just the day-to-day, how much you are on it, how much you're tapped in and everything. Is that in and of itself to you successful? Because I know you're thinking long-term, what is success? But I feel like for me, there's something about the output, just doing something and following through on something that I really, really want to get done, or executing idea. That to me is successful. That's why I don't think I'll probably stop.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's like, I enjoy it so much that I will do it when I'm sick. I'll do it before work. I'll do it regardless. I'll just do it. I mean, I love clothes. I mean, I love modeling as well. If this is what is going to take me to that point, all I'm thinking about is where I want to be at. You know, I'm definitely in the present, but because to be able to get to where I need to be at, I need to think about the present.
Yeah, definitely.
The past, I don't even think about. I really don't even know what the fuck that is anymore. Yeah. I dead ass don't. I used to be so ingrained in that. That used to have such a big hold on me, and it doesn't now.
Yeah, I think it slowly dwindles a little bit, but recently I've been very forgetful of the past and stuff, which it's I don't know, it's good and bad in some ways, but I don't know.
I mean, just tint out those back windows. Fuck it. I'm not looking back, bro. If a car hit me, bro.
That's poetic. The back windows is good. But yeah, could you talk about just engaging with the Salt Lake community, because I don't think anybody does it better than you.
Thank you. He made me blush.
I did, but honestly, if you know and you talk to you on a regular basis, it's like you're always posting stuff that other people do in group chats or whatever, or on your story. It's like,
well, I mean, the big thing, bro, is like, I've always been one to just like be so passionate about my peers, and I'm at a place right now where I'm super happy, not because of what I'm doing, but because of the fact that I can be proud of my friends. Like, I can legit say, oh, I know Brendan. Yeah. By name. You know what I mean? I can say, I know you. Friend. And I can say, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not just, oh, I know him. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like that. Like,
I met him at a party.
Yeah, I don't. Nah, like where I come from, that's weird. That's like some groupie shit. You don't do that. Like, yeah. Like what they did with Rainbow Room, Yuri and Elliot. Like, the fact that I can be like, somehow I had a hand in that. Not through me being there, like me doing all the back work. No. Yeah. Me knowing them and knowing how much that means to them.
Yeah, and being proud of them, and supporting them, and saying, "Hey, I'm proud of you for doing this."
I had to be. It's mandatory.
Yeah, exactly.
It's mandatory. I mean, Midnight Lovers, they throwing an event, right? Yeah. I have to be there.
I do too.
I have to be there. I mean, it's like the thing, like everything that my peers are gonna throw, I'm gonna be there. If I miss it, I'm there in spirit.
Exactly.
Like, it's just like, because I'm so passionate that I want to see, let's say like they're a model, right? That's why you see me randomly posting people like that model. I'll post them up because I'm like, I want to see you on a billboard. Maybe my platform, the people that view my story, like I'll get like 700 on a daily, and I'm like, I want these people, whoever it is, I don't know who it is, whatever, they pull up on my story and they see all these people, and these people are people I know. This is my team, like, and then they go up. That's a win. Like, for the people that's close to me, a win for me is a win for them as well.
Yeah, totally. I agree. And that's the thing. Like, that's why I always try to repost stuff from other people that I like, is because even if you don't, like, say you don't follow someone, even if I posted them, you follow them, that's a win. If they follow you and they say, oh, I might want to work with this guy, and then you end up being in contact or working with them, that's a really big win, because then it's like, oh, I get to see what one person that inspires me combined with one person that inspires me, what they do together. That's insane. It's like, or if they even just meet and become friends, that's cool too, because I see all these people as friends first. It's like, and that's one thing that I really appreciate about this gig that I have, is that I just get to meet people and talk to people. It doesn't even have to go beyond any business thing or anything that's super fiscal or super like transactional. It's just conversations.
And I mean, things that are transactional is like the trend nowadays.
Yeah,
I mean, I've
definitely.
noticed that like the people we're around, that's not what they're here for.
Yeah, no,
They're here
not
for
really.
like a long-term thing.
Mm-hmm.
The quality that they put out, like, it's not something that like is very like fast food culture based. It's like this is good quality stuff.
Yeah, and it seems quality over quantity.
Yeah.
And I think like more focused on, like you said, a win for someone else is a win for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You've been saying where you come from. Are you not from Utah?
No.
Where did you grow up? I didn't know that. I couldn't.
No. I'm laughing because like, and if they know, the people who know, they know. Like,
It makes sense, honestly.
no, it does.
Yeah.
But it's funny as fuck because on my New York trip, when I finally went back, like Elliot Yuri, like tell you like shit. I mean, shit was just funny as hell, bro. Like Ellie, Sammy Joe, like we're all there type shit. People pull up to me and I tell them, oh, like they ask me where I'm from. I go, I'm from the Bronx.
Really?
And it just happens so often that like Yuri would say it for me, and he'd be like,
he's from the Bronx.
yeah, he's from the Bronx, and they would just laugh. Sometimes they wouldn't say shit. I would see them in the corner, and they're just laughing. I'm like, oh my god, bro. So like, it's just like this inside joke now.
Yeah.
But for the people that know, they know, and like, it's low key because I was saying that shit a lot, and low key, it's funny because this even goes further back. So I was in high school, and like, I found a friend group, blah blah, stick to them because I didn't know they were kind of the outsiders, and it worked for me because I was 1-2, and
in New York.
No, so this is when I moved to Utah.
This is when you moved, okay.
Yeah, and I'm fresh from New York. And, like, it's just funny as shit because each time I really get the chance to, I say I'm from New York, you know, I'm this and that. I just mentioned the Bronx a lot because I was homesick. I mean, I go from a place where it's like I'm the majority to being the minority, and it's a place like Olympus High School. I mean,
you went to Olympus?
Yeah, bro. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there was
like the worst transition you could have done.
Bro, so there's 7 black people. 90% of them are not even my black people. Yeah. And I say that in the most kind. I say that in the sense of like culturally way different. I mean, they're African, and they are in a family that's Mormon. Totally different than me pulling up to a dude and he got Jordans on, and
very different dynamic.
He's from like I don't know, like he's Muslim. You know what I'm saying? Like he goes to the bodega. Like he, you know what I'm saying? I could really relate with him. Yeah. These dudes, no, I can't. I felt like I could, and then like I pull up to them and then I start talking. I'm like, no.
And then it just doesn't click. Yeah.
Yeah, because they go, I'm like, yo, what's up? Like your name is like Noel or whatever. Your name is this and that, and then they go, yeah, man. Yeah. And I'm like, wait, what? I'm expecting like, yo, what's good? Like I'm expecting that, or like, yo, I like your shoes. Like, no, I ain't getting none of that. Yeah.
You pull up and they're talking like me.
Not even you, bro. I'm not.
But like worse,
bro.
Really?
Worse. No, there's like you would get a lot of the foreign kids who were like racist towards themselves.
Yeah, that's because of I had seen that happen, and I just like I obviously can't relate, but it just felt kind of sad. Like you kind of feel that you're like, oh.
Yeah, it's almost like it was bittersweet because I'm like, black person.
Or they're just like excited. If like a white kid near them says the N-word, they're like, oh yay,
bro,
like, you can do that.
Sure. I'm not even gonna lie. It was I was in a bathroom one time and I hear the N-word and I'm just like, I need to get out. And I wanted to fight him, but I was like, I can't do that.
I've heard a white kid N-word more than I have in my life when I'm around people that have gone to Olympus.
And I'm telling you, honestly, like,
this is no hate too. I bet there's good kids.
No, they're no.
Yeah.
Really good kids. I mean, I'm talking to none of them now, but
there's good kids that go to Olympus. I'm not saying the white N-word kids are good.
No, I get you. No, I'm telling you. I mean, the thing is, I don't even mind. Like, if you want to say that, just say it. Don't say it around me. I mean, they I don't know, bro. I mean, I have no issue with the word. Like, don't say it around me.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a word. I mean, it has power to it for sure,
Mhm.
but you give it more power, especially if you get angry and you go out of like your character just to prove a point that's not
Yeah.
gonna get proven anyway because you're gonna say it anyway.
Mhm.
Just don't do it around me. If you don't want to do it around me, if you still want to do it around me,
Just don't hang around me. If
I
you
just
do-
will literally just walk out the room.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something, and if you don't want to follow that, okay.
Mhm.
Mind you, I've never been in a fight, bro.
Yeah.
I grew up in the Bronx, never been in a fight. Why? Because I'm not a thug. I'm not a fighter. I
Yeah.
don't do none of that. Like, I literally,
You know yourself.
yeah, I've seen people get jumped by me. I've had my friends get into fights and stuff,
Mhm.
all that, right? But I've seen dude with a knife come into the, like, high school on some dumb shit, just trying to find somebody to do something to.
Yeah.
And I had nothing to do with me. I'm not going to associate myself with that. So I never got nothing on me.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Why did you move to Utah?
Better life. My uncle and his family, my family, of course, they moved out to Utah first. And funny enough, my big cousin, who I give a lot of love to, he's give kudos to him, credits everything a lot to him
Yeah.
because he's done so much for me. But funny enough, he grew up in the Bronx all his life,
Mhm.
and I think he was 13 or 12. He goes to Utah. They take a flight there. He wakes up and he thinks he's in a different country.
Really?
And I don't even blame him because he comes from no microwave at the crib, no carpet, no AC. Like I ain't
Yeah.
even, bro. I'm telling you, before I was in New York for mad long. Then I went to New Jersey
Mhm.
because I told my mom, hey, like we would visit here and there,
Yeah.
and my aunt, God bless her, like my aunt would come by, and every weekend during the summertime we would go to Jersey, and we'd stay there for the weekend, and like amazing place
You always liked it.
because it was the suburbs. I'm like, the fuck is this carpet?
Yeah.
Microwave? Nah, the AC circulates. Nah, the
Yeah.
heater circulates. I was like, what the fuck? And so he's getting that now in Utah. And then so they came out here for a better life, and eventually 4 years afterwards we came, and that's when I went to Olympus. He went to Olympus as well.
Mhm.
And
Was he your same age?
no. So he is 25 or 26 right now. And
Oh, so he was older. So it wasn't like
Yeah.
he could hang out with you or look after you, really.
Ish, yeah, he was a senior and I was a sophomore, so it's like
Okay.
not really. And like either way, he was very like almost indebted to like his wrestling, and bro was nice, bro still nice.
Yeah. He still wrestles?
He'll still double. I mean, he don't do it, but he still got it in him.
Yeah.
Like, he went to state and everything, so he'll still
Don't
double
test
like
him.
you and all that. Yeah, no,
No.
you know what I'm saying, like he might look like regular, you know what I'm saying, like no, he's yeah.
But then after high school, how was it?
After, I mean, you talking about like just people or culture, just life in
Just
general?
life in Utah for you after high school? Because that's a big shock going into that kind of school. And then
Yeah.
what was it like after?
Honestly, I was very much. I split away from the friend group that I had because all them dudes wanted to do was just beat they meat.
Mm-hmm.
You want to censor that? You know, that's all they was on, right?
It's honest.
And I told them, I'm like, hey, bro, like y'all shouldn't be doing that. Like that's weird. They would take photos of girls, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh.
Like, what are you doing? And then so
Yeah.
I kind of just, I was like, you're the only people that I really fuck with because you guys are the outsiders, but now I see why though. And I don't want
Yeah.
to associate myself with that, so I dipped. And I was by myself for like almost 2 years, and I was sad, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I was
Mhm.
very much, you know, when they talk about like the shadow self.
Mm-hmm.
I was very much in that. I was in the darkest spot of my life, and very like I had suicidal thoughts, everything, right? And it's just because I was in my room all day. I
Yeah.
would literally like, I thought I knew a lot because I was reading a bunch. No.
And it's a hard time to be disconnected too, because you're around so much connection. You could say it could be real, could be fake, but like it's a hard time to be away. Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, it worked in my favor because you have to understand your shadow self to understand like how you are when you're successful or just you as a person, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I needed those years of just like being down bad. I was
Yeah.
down terrible, bro.
Back against the wall, more or less.
Bro, it was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. Like I was writing poetry, and if you see that poetry nowadays, you'd be like, he did not make that because it's dark. Like
Yeah.
I'm talking about like,
You get a
I
sense
am-
of where you were at.
bro, I was like, I made stories about people killing themselves. Like I made bad.
Mhm.
It was bad, bro. It was just bad.
I think in theory it is bad, but I think
Mhm.
it's good that you had like an outlet like that,
Mm-hmm.
so that the story didn't have to be about you. It could be about someone else. You can get that out there. I think that's great with like music or say if you were wearing stuff that was super like gothic or whatever.
Oh no, for sure. I was opium before opium. I'll say that right now. But the thing is though, I mean, it's definitely beautiful. I love that I
Yeah.
went through all that. But the stories I was talking about still had to do with me. Like I talked about grief. I've talked about like losing people. And like a lot of that had to do with like my dad and that situation and people around me dying and living in the Bronx and then being displaced and being in Utah. Like all of that came from that. I was just really almost just it was just like therapy. It was like therapy, but everybody around me didn't see it that way. They saw me as just what's going on with him, what's wrong with him type of thing.
Misunderstood, not to be corny, but misunderstood.
I was the most mysterious dude at that time.
Yeah.
Sam, you very mysterious, you know what I'm saying? Jackson, you very mysterious. Caden, very, very mysterious. But
very.
I don't think anybody's beaten Jose Matos 2018, 2019. No, you're not.
No. They try. That was the blueprint.
I don't know, though. They might have been even more mysterious than me because they mysterious as fuck right now.
Yeah, very.
Especially Sam.
They don't say anything.
Sam is, yeah.
I can't even contact those dudes.
No. They'll probably send you a fucking anime photo
or they send me the
like
laughing till crying emoji. Like, nah, you'll get it one day.
Yeah, facts.
But yeah, and then getting out of that, what kind of dragged you out of that period? Was it, I mean, you're saying 2018, did COVID worsen it or did it make it better?
That's a good question. I mean,
because I feel like to be alone before and then now everybody kind of has to be alone, it kind of made it default for everybody. So say in a sense, like not everything's going on around you. It kind of makes you feel like, oh, everybody else is kind of with me.
You know what's funny? So, like, I used to have this big thing where I just wanted to be different. Mm-hmm. Not say that proudly because it's just different side of me. You have your eras, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, everybody has that. I've had that.
Yeah, and like I was just like the mysterious, like I'm not with
saying
nothing.
Like really good Kanye songs are bad just to just to piss your friends off.
But I genuinely like was authentically in that. You know what I mean? Like I would pop out and I'm like wearing the weirdest shit. Like I went to like this. It was like a fashion runway thing, and like I wasn't a part of it. Blah blah, and like. Wasn't when I was consistent at all. I was just tweaking whatever, and like they said to dress up formally and all that. I came in emo as fuck. Really? I had makeup on, I had like a vest, my arms out type shit. I was
just different. Yeah,
like a mesh, like burgundy mesh, you know what I'm saying, the holes and shit.
Did expressing yourself in that like kind of I want to be different way, did it help at that time? Because I feel like it does kind of free you. No,
I'm telling you, everything I did, it helped. Everything I did, and anybody who feels like they aren't doing what they're supposed to, fuck all that. You are doing what you're supposed to. If it doesn't feel right, it will make sense eventually, even if it doesn't feel right. You're doing it for a reason. It feels right a little bit.
Or if you're doing something for a reason, and it's the wrong reason, you should know. Yeah. Like if it is the wrong reason, there's something telling you that it is.
Yeah, if you're doing some weird, creepy shit, I mean, that's different. Don't do that. But you know what I'm saying? If you're doing some creepy shit, like you're just writing poems and it sounds kind of crazy, you're talking about dead people, that's cool. Whatever. Yeah. But if you actually
take you somewhere.
But if you're actually talking to dead people,
more like caught in a bad situation with like, say like a relationship or whatever. Like there's probably something telling you like if it is bad, there's something telling you, hey, this is bad.
Oh no, I'll tell you right now. I mean. I told you, I'm open book. Like that where I was in right now, what I was in type shit, that was 100% my fault. That was 100% me because I could have left the first year, but I said, nah, I could work on this. I could do it. But really, what that was
something to save.
Yeah. I mean, it was really like me distracting myself from what I could have been, and I was fearful of my own success. So I was like, all right, cool. Let me like subconsciously stick to this person that I know is not good for me. So I just continued it, you know what I mean? People who are in those relationships, you notice when people get out of like a toxic relationship, and I was toxic as fuck. I know I was. I know it. Yeah. Because to be able to be with somebody toxic, you got to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like it just makes sense.
It's 50-50
Hell
at
yeah.
the end of the day.
Hell, you guys are combining energies, all that, right? And but the biggest thing is how they come out of it afterwards type shit. Who they go to afterwards, what happens afterwards. And like, I mean, I don't got to say much. You see what it is. I mean.
Yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I see. We all see what you've turned into afterwards. So, and what you were before. Maybe if we didn't see it, but you can see just like through talking to you and everything. Like, it's progression.
No, hell yeah. I mean, the thing is, I felt like I've killed that part of me. Like, you would not meet that Jose that was with that person at that time with these people doing this certain thing ever again. Yeah. And that's how it is for me almost every 6 months. You just won't see it. Like, you'll have like little, you know what I'm saying, like you break a mirror, you know what I'm saying? You knew who that mirror was. You know where that mirror was at. But once that glass breaks, you can see the tracks of it, but that shit is not the same no more. That's how I work. I don't work in the way that I'm the same dude a year from. Fuck no.
Yeah. Do you think it's building on the previous guy, or just you're saying a complete cutoff? Because I feel like there obviously are continuities and there's stuff that makes you like you wouldn't be here if the Bronx didn't matter to you. Like there's a reason you came here.
Oh no, yeah. The thing is, how I see it is there's like your core, right? You got your core, and who you were when you were the ages through 1 through 8, that's you forever, right? That's you forever. But I'm saying like you kind of become different parts of yourself. You kind of shed layers that came from other people, came from environments, that came from what you were doing, that type of thing. Where like at the core, I was still there, but I put on a different hat. You know what I mean? Like we all wear costumes. Like what I'm wearing right now is a whole costume, but what I was wearing a costume then, that costume that I was wearing a year ago was not the same one I got on right now.
Exactly, yeah. And it involves different personalities, different ways of acting. I've definitely been there. Me today is not me 6 months ago, for sure.
No.
Very different, yes.
But at the core, you're still Will, you know what I mean? At the core, you are still Will.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, no, I like that. I like that outlook. Did you dress, I mean, you said that you had that phase of trying to be different. Did you dress with like fashion in mind, or trying to look good in mind?
I'm not
growing up.
Hell no.
Yeah, like when was the first time you'd say?
Like when I actually cared about like what I was wearing?
Yeah. I remember mine.
I would say probably like out of high school, I started going like to Goodwills and shit. Yeah. Shout out to the Goodwill in Mill Creek by the Walgreens. Yeah.
Mill Creek, not the fashion place one?
Nah. You know the one that's like there's like a Hispanic restaurant across the street from it.
I think I've seen it. I know the fashion place one a lot.
It's kind of by Iceberg, if you know where Iceberg is. Yeah. It's by that. Yeah,
I know that is.
That used to be so cheap. You remember how you would like go to a thrift store? You come out with $20, a big ass bag.
Yeah, I have a very strong opinion on that shit, because like if you've ever been to a Savers in the year 2023, that is that's a retail store. That's not a thrift store.
But I've heard about that, and I'm like, yo, what is going on? But you got the bins though.
Yeah, the bins is cool, but it's then it's just like everybody sees that these thrift stores suck, and then the bins is like so flooded. But yeah, I know of the manager at the Draper Savers. The dude is literally just trying to make a profit. Like he takes the money.
Wait, really?
He more or less like they obviously donate a portion, but like he sees a jacket and he's like, oh, that one looks like it's worth something, or he'll look it up on something and be like, oh, let's list that like I would list it on Grailed, which is like so messed up.
We're gonna go to that one in Draper and do what we gotta do.
We'll spin the Drapers. We'll spin the Draper Savers.
We're gonna spin.
But yeah, what were you wearing when you first cared? Because it was an evolution for me. I started out in a dark place.
Honestly, like my fits was so bad, bro. It was not good. I mean, I could see where I was going at, and what I was going to like my point of like the core. You could see my core. Like my core was still there. Where like I like certain patterns, certain colors and shit. Portions, fuck no. Like that's a big thing that happened recently though, but still, like I knew how to put stuff on a little bit, but it wasn't anything crazy. Mind you though, it's like that time, like 2018, nobody really had that shit on, to be honest. No. It's like only a select few. Like Elite, not gonna lie, I don't know how he was doing it, but he had that shit on.
Yeah, he seems like someone who would probably break past. I'd say everybody was kind of on something, but it was really the same thing. One thing that I was thinking about is that obviously, like you said, we're the same in our core as we were like 1 to 8. I felt like as time has gone on and I've explored style more, I've honestly tapped more into the core. Like I don't think the core of who I am showed when I was wearing outfits in 7th grade. It's because I feel like I was trying to be that other person. But now I feel like I lean a lot more into it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I love what you got on right now. Like,
thank you.
What's the polo?
Warpaint.
I've seen
guy out in LA.
Yeah, I've seen
him and his buddy. Yeah, he's like a fashion influencer. His name's Opal.
Nah, you have to put me on, but
yeah,
I've seen the shirt before.
He's sick. Yeah.
I've seen the shirt before, and like this right now, I would wear this.
Yeah,
I would definitely wear this because I think people sleep on like the white long sleeves, you know, like the long johns type shit underneath shit. People sleep on that.
This has been. I've gotten the most wear out of this out of anything. I got it for like $6 in Wyoming, BFE, like dude with Make America Great Again and Confederate flag hanging out of his truck, just like bumping country riding down the only road in the city. Yeah.
Fuck it. I mean, if that's what you want, that's what you want.
Yeah, I guess so. But
I ain't gonna tell you to get off.
What were we talking about? What you were wearing early on? Like, did you feel like that core of who you were was still sticking into it?
Or
did that, like, evolve over time? Yeah.
I feel like now I've been the most me.
Yeah.
Been the most me. I'm not afraid of like showing my ass like at all.
Yeah.
Like if I fall, I fall. You'll see it. I'll yell out so you can see that I fell.
Yeah.
You know how, like kids used to do that shit? Like they'll fall
Like for
and they'll
attention.
yell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I fell. I'm hurt.
But it's more like I don't care because people will fall now. Like let's say you're in your 20s. People our age are scared to fall, and then when they do fall, oh, did anybody see that? Yeah, nigga, I seen that. But it's cool. You're human. You're gonna fail. Like like the biggest thing, and this is what I always follow by too, is like, when it comes to dating, especially, it's like everybody's crazy, right?
Yeah.
So biggest thing I ask on a date, if I don't even go on dates no more, but if I go on a date, right, I'm gonna hit him with the like, how are you crazy?
Yeah, what makes
you crazy? Yeah, like because
it's kind of like a what makes you, but just like what makes you unique. Like what is there to you that's not to everybody else?
Exactly, and I love that question because it's like if I go and tell you that, you know what I'm saying, we could see compatibility levels just off the fact that maybe you do answer that question because there's people who don't even answer that question.
And they're like, what are you talking about? I'm not crazy.
All right, bet. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Like that off rip, I'm just like, defensiveness is not attractive. It's just not. It's not attractive.
Yeah.
Like we could talk about clothes and all that other stuff, but like, I don't give a fuck what you got on. It's your personality. But usually, if you got really good fits, I'm not gonna lie, usually they correlates to good personality. You know what I mean? It's weird. Yeah. It's weird. Like I've met a lot of people, especially in New York when I went, off of the fact that like I love that outfit.
Yeah. And
it's like some you would wear, you know what I'm saying? Some similar, you'd be like, oh, like I like this. You know what I mean?
I honestly, I don't really care. I just go up and say it. Yeah, and if it doesn't lead anywhere, it makes sense. But like, yeah, it seems to go hand in hand, like what you were saying. Like it sometimes it doesn't. Like sometimes people can really put it on, but just like you talk to them, it's not there.
No, it's not.
But like, that is interesting. But I think what you were saying about I feel the most in tune with who I am now. I feel like that's like a goal to strive towards for the rest of your life. I feel like the more you can be closer to that edge of being like, okay, I have this down about myself. Because like obviously the more you find out, the more you realize you don't know. Obviously, but like. Just getting closer to being so in tune with yourself, I think is great. Yeah.
I mean, I'm like I always say it too. Is just like the currency of like your own knowledge, like your knowledge on yourself, is the biggest currency you'll ever have, and that the only thing that can only get taken away if like you have somebody take that away from you, whether it's like dying, whatever. Yeah. But it's really up to you. If you lose that like self knowledge, it came from you. You might have amnesia. That's really the only way. Or you die, like something like that. You know what I'm saying? Or you lost yourself in somebody. But that is your biggest currency. That's the thing that's most valuable, because at the end of the day, if you could be rich, but you don't know what you want because you don't know yourself, what's gonna happen? You're gonna end up broke.
Yeah, and it lets you have like, it's weird to say, but kind of like creative control over your life. Like you can do stuff that speaks to who you are as a person, and that's always the best part about being around anybody, is that I'm around somebody because of who they are, not, which is, I think it's a good perspective, but just like being around somebody not for what they're doing or what they have to them, but just who they are. It's like, that's all my friends, all the people I enjoy. Like, I think it's great.
That's dope. But you know, I feel like a lot of times we do have friends that we utilize, and I think I use utilize as a better word, but honestly, I don't have to shy away from it. You have friends that you use. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
you use them. Yeah.
And like in the sense of like y'all both benefit from it. You know what I mean? If y'all didn't, then y'all wouldn't be friends.
Yeah, it's mutual, and it's like use seems like a fake person kind of toxic thing to say, but just like it's kind of like you go up together. But to go up together, you need to use some traits of theirs that they have, or some skill, or if I have a brand, I can't model it. You have to model it.
You're right. No, you're right.
Yeah. So I'd be using you, but yeah, but. You have fun through the process too. It's not like I'm just like, hey, come do this, and then we're not talking.
See, that's transactional.
I hand you the check. Yeah, that's transactional. Yeah. We're bullshitting on the side, being like, trying out different stuff.
Well, you kind of tell like when shit is authentic and it's not.
Yeah, totally.
Like that's why I love where I come from. I read that shit so quickly. A lot of people think they got something over me, and they'll be like, oh, like.
Yeah.
I seen, like, before it even happened, I seen that shit like 6 months prior to that. I'm like, bro, I already knew what you were gonna do.
Yeah. Or but you can kind of sniff it out when someone's on something that's.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. And the thing is, now instead of me being vocal about it, I just play my cards right. Like what I do now is chess. I play chess now. Like this is what I do. I'm like, all right, I got my pawns right. If I don't fuck with you like that, but I kind of do, you my pawn. I am the queen and the king. I fuck with the masculine and feminine energy. You know what I'm saying? So that's there right there. But if you're not on the board, I don't even know you. I don't fuck with you at all. But if you're closer to me, like you're the rook, you're the horse, that type of shit, oh, I fuck with you heavy. Like I got like my rooks of the world, like my Elliots and my Uris, you know what I'm saying? My Elvises, like those are the, you know what I'm saying? Like those are the people that I can count on. If I'm getting fucked up, okay, I'm gonna utilize what I've learned from you.
Yeah.
Like it's not even a thing of like, oh, I'm gonna like set myself up so where I don't get the hit. No, it's more like everybody on board right now is super important. That other side is super important too. I need an opponent. I need competition.
Yeah.
Those other people,
you can't get better if you don't.
I can mention my competition, but we're not going to do that because they think they'd have a one-up on me. No, you don't.
Yeah.
But the thing is, at some point, I will tell them, hey, I'm gunning after what you got. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I want that, or I want something similar, yeah.
And I would want it to be respectful in the sense of like, hey, like this is, you know what I'm saying? It's got to be a battle. Like, I feel like it's boring now. People aren't as competitive. And I'm like, I want to like rip your head off, bro. Like, when it comes to certain things. Outside of that, I love you, bro.
Yeah, I think that's smart. I think that's a really good realization because I feel like a lot of people can see that there's a lot of room on the internet. There's a lot of room on Instagram to be famous or fill some really specific niche. But like, I honestly do want what a lot of other people have. And so do you, like you said. But just like, I want to be in a similar area. So why not have competition if it's friendly? Why not like talk to the same people, to like have that kind of thing going on, because we all want something out of it.
No, I mean it's and
it's not only about that. It's about what we do, but like you get what I'm saying.
No, of course, bro. The thing is, like if I come off in this interview like as a dickhead, I love that. I want you to think I am that. And if you think that way,
have you ever seen a Kobe interview?
No, I have.
You've
not.
never?
No.
Really?
No.
Yeah, I mean the dude talked like he was very straightforward, very blunt. Came off like a dickhead, and came off like a dickhead to where teams didn't like him, and they were like pissed when he was there. And like being a Jazz fan, Brendan probably knows this, but just like you'd go to a Lakers game and you'd honestly dislike that dude. I mean, as much as you like him and respect his game, like I hated Kobe growing up.
He only passed it to one white dude. That's crazy.
It's because he was it's because he was the best competitor in the league, and he really did it, and he did it better than my team too.
He really did. And the thing is, if you didn't like where he was coming from, you just get out the way.
Yeah,
get out the way, because that's how I'm coming out. Like it's like if you're not with me in the fleet that I'm bringing, get out the way. Yeah, that simple. Like if you want to be a part of it, cool. Like we'll see. You know what I'm saying? Like work up your way, whatever the case is. But like you don't want to be a part, just move out the way. Yeah. Like respectfully, I don't like. I'm not here to like, because I used to not be this competitive at all, bro. At all. I play basketball and I'm like, okay, cool. I only get competitive with my brother. Yeah. Because it was personal. Me too. But now I treat a lot of shit now personal. Yeah. I see somebody get a job, I'm like, that should have been mine. I gave people jobs. I've gave people the alley-oop. Really? And they gave me the backhand. They gave me, they bit the hand that fed them. And that's cool. Because you're going to see where that person at now. You're going to see what I'm going to do. That's all I got to say. They know what it is type shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I'm done giving alley-oops to people who don't deserve it.
No, it's great. Yeah. No, I love it. Honestly, one thing to add to what I was saying about Kobe is that, like, say I were to meet him, I'd be like, hey, I really respect the game. Because past everything, past the competition, competition is kind of a vehicle to get going and really get after something that you want to get. But, like, besides that, you can see another model guy and be like, hey, I really respect it. But in your day-to-day, it's, no, I want to be there, so it's competition. Yeah.
No. And the thing is, like, I have a lot of homies in New York that, like, I look up to, and they're my competition now. And, like, I want them to know that. But it's always, like, you know, it's always love. You know what I mean? The fact that they are my competition shows that, like, I'm moving up, and that's what I want. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm done with Utah. Utah's cool, whatever. All right, now what else is now? You know what I'm saying?
That's why conquer Utah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've hit the roof a little bit. What have I not, like, there's a couple, like, things that I haven't done, but I'm like, bro, what have I, hard jewelry, Bad Son, Lonely Ghost. Like, we could keep throwing shit in there, and it's like,
you can go Kimbo next, and then you got it all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just collect all the gemstones, and then I'm on to the next
you're
thing.
gone. Yeah.
But the thing is, this is always be my home. Like, this is my home now. You know what I mean? And I always resort back. This will always be my home base, and, like, I couldn't have done this without. This is not a thing that I've done. This is not what I'm like. Yeah, cool. That my face is on that shit. Yeah, but it's other people.
But yeah, I just wanted to thank you for coming on, doing an interview. This is one I've been wanting for a while. So yeah, I think we had a great conversation. I think you can learn a lot from this man. He's soft spoken, but he's really about it. And he's really driven.
Nah, thank you. I mean, I definitely appreciate that.
Yep.
Definitely appreciate that.
Awesome. All right, I'll see you guys on the next one.